Hello everyone, and welcome back to the CompTIA A plus 1101 review question series. This video will focus on Chapter 8, and Chapter 8 has to do with network services, virtualization, and cloud computing. As I stated in the previous videos, please don't forget to pause in between the videos to see which answer you think is correct. And once you have chose your answer, you can go ahead and see if you were wrong or if you were correct. Alright, let's get into this video. Question number 1. Your company hosts its own web server, and it allows consumers to make purchases via the server. The helpline has been getting complaints that users are unable to access the website. You open the site from an internal workstation and it seems fine. What is the most likely cause? A. The firewall is blocking TCP port 23. B. The firewall is blocking TCP port 443. C. The security module of the web server is malfunctioning. D. The web server is down. The answer here is B. The firewall is blocking TCP port 443. So for the secure transactions, the web server will be using HTTPS, which uses port 443. If the website works from an internal workstation, then the server is fine. It's most likely that the firewall is blocking inbound traffic on port 443. Question number 2. Your manager wants to install a network internet appliance that prevents network traffic-based attacks and include antimalware and antispam software. What should you install? A. Span gateway. B. Load balancer. C. UTM. D. Proxy server. The answer here is C. UTM. So UTM stands for Unified Threat Management Device. They are designed to be one-stop network protection devices. Now, spam gateways help with spam email but not with other malware. A load balancer spreads work around to multiple servers. A proxy server fulfills requests for clients. Question number 3. You are installing a file server for the accounting department. Where should this file server be located on the network? A. Outside the firewall. B. In the screen subnet. C. In the secure network. D. On the router. C. In the secure network. If the data on the server does not need to be accessed via the internet, then the server should be the most secure place possible, which is inside the firewall in the secure network. Number 4. You have been asked to identify the right type of cloud service to help the team of developers to provide programming elements such as runtime environments. Which servers do you recommend? A. PAS, which stands for Platform as a Service. B. IaaS, which stands for as Infrastructure as a Service. C. SaaS, which is Software as a Service, and D. DAAS, which stands for Desktop as a Service. Sorry. The answer here is A. Platform as a Service. So Platform as a Service is probably the right level of service for the developer team. It provides infrastructures like IaaS and also supplies needed programming elements. Number 5. Which of the following are services that a print server should provide? Choose 2. A. Accepting print jobs from clients. B. Turning off printers on demand. C. Providing clients with the appropriate printer driver during installation. D. Notifying users when the print job is complete. A and C are the correct answers here. So accepting print jobs from clients and providing clients with the appropriate printer driver during installation. Question number 6. You are setting up a cloud contract with a provider. Your team needs the ability to quickly increase capacity to meet peak demands. What do you request? A. Rapid elasticity. B. High availability. C. Resource pooling. D. Metered utilization. The answer here is A. Rapid elasticity. So, the ability to span services quickly means rapid elasticity. High availability guarantees uptime for services. All cloud services use resource pooling. Now, metered utilization is how many suppliers track usage and charge accordingly. Question number 7. Which type of server is responsible for preventing users from accessing websites with objectionable content? A. Proxy. B. Web. C. DHCP. D. DNS. Now, if you remember from the previous video, DHCP and DNS were mentioned. The answer here is A. Proxy. So a proxy server can be configured to block access to websites that contain potentially dangerous or inappropriate material. Web servers host web pages. DHCP servers provides clients with IP addresses, and DNS servers resolve host names to IP addresses. Question number 8. Your company wants to move to a cloud provider to be able to scale resources quickly, but it is concerned about the security of confidential information. Which of the following types of cloud models might be the most appropriate for your company? A. Public. B. Private. C. Community. D. Hybrid. The answer here is D. Hybrid. So a hybrid cloud provides the best of public and private clouds. You get the scalability and cost effectiveness of a public cloud, but also the security that you need for important files on the private portion of the cloud. So a hybrid is a combination of public and private. Question number 9. What does a DHCP server need to be configured with to operate properly? A. DNS server. B. Scope. C. Range. And D. DHCP relay agent. The answer here is scope. So every DHCP server needs to have a scope, which is the range of addresses available to clients, as well as other options that it can give to client computers. A DHCP server can provide clients with the address of a DNS server. There is no DHCP range. Question number 10. You have been asked to advise a group of several universities that want to combine research efforts and store data in the cloud. Which type of cloud solution might be the best for them? A. Public. B. Private. C. Community, D. Hybrid. The answer here is community. So community would be when multiple organizations with similar objectives want to combine efforts in a cloud. Question number 11. When configuring a DNS server, administrators must create which of the following? A. Zone file, B. Host file, C. Scope file, D. DNS proxy. The answer here is zone file. DNS server records are contained in the zone file, which must be configured by administrators. Now, a host file is an alternative to using DNS. And of course, a scope is created on DHCP servers, and there is no DNS proxy. Question number 12. Your manager wants to use the cloud because everyone seems to be talking about it. What should you include when you are listing the benefits of using the cloud? Choose all that apply. A. Increased security, B. Increased scalability, C. Lower cost, D. Improved reliability. B, C, and D. So increased scalability, C. Lower cost, and D. Improved reliability. So when it comes to security, it could be an issue with cloud computing depending on your organization needs, because the resources are not locally controlled and managed. This is the only, you could say, con to cloud. Question number 13. You are configuring 2 email servers on your company's network. Which network protocol do the servers use to transfer mail to each other? A. POP3, B. IMAP4, C. SNMP, D. SMTP. The answer here is D. SMTP. So SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. It's used to transfer email between services. Question number 14. You have been asked to configure a client-side virtualization solution with 3 guest operating systems. Each one needs internet access. How should you configure the solution in the most cost-effective way? A. 3 physical NICs. B. 1 physical NIC, 3 virtual NICs, and 1 virtual switch. C. 1 physical NIC, 1 virtual NIC, and 3 virtual switches. D. 1 physical NIC, 3 virtual NIC, and 3 virtual switches. B. 1 physical NIC, 3 virtual NICs, and 1 virtual switch. So each virtual machine will use its own virtual NIC. So you need 3 virtual NICs. The virtual NICs will communicate with 1 virtual switch managed by the hypervisor. Number 15. You have 5 web servers that manage requests for online purchases. An administrator notices that one of the servers is always busy while another is idle, and the company is getting some online complaints about the slow website. Which of the following servers will help fix this? A. DNS, B. DHCP, C. Proxy, D. Load balancer. The answer here is D. Load balancer. So a load balancer can spread the work around the multiple servers. It accepts the inbound request, then it sends it to the most appropriate web server. Number 16. You have been asked to install Linux in a VM on a Windows 10 client. The Windows 10 client needs 4 gigabytes of RAM and Linux needs 2 gigabytes of RAM. How much RAM does the system need at a minimum? A. 4 gigabytes, B. 6 gigabytes, C. 8 gigabytes, D. Unable to determine from the question. So the answer is 6 gigabytes. So there needs to be enough RAM to support both operating systems. Therefore, the answer is 6 gigabytes because more is better. Question number 17. A computer using which of the following will be considered a legacy device? Choose all that apply. A. A 386 processor. B. The IPX/SPX protocol. C. An application developed in 1983. And D. 1 gigabyte of RAM. Alright, so the answers here are A, B, and C. All of these have to do with legacy devices. So it comes down to older hardware, software, or network protocols. A system with only 1 gigabyte of RAM might be a little bit underpowered, but that in mind, it does not make it a legacy device. Question number 18. You have been asked to set up a client-side virtualization on an office computer. The host OS is Windows 10, and there will be 3 Windows 10 guest OS. Which of the following is true about the need for antivirus security? The host operating system needs an antivirus program, but virtual machines can't be affected by viruses. B. The host operating system antivirus software will also protect the guest operating system on the VMs. C. Installing antivirus software on the virtual switch will protect all guest operating systems. And D. The host operating system and each guest operating system need their own antivirus software installed. The answer here is D. Both the host OS, and the guest need their own antivirus software installed. Question number 19. You need to set up a temporary operating system environment to quickly test a piece of software your manager wants to install on the network. Which should you use? A. AAA server. B. Sandbox. C. SCADA. And D. Application virtualization. The answer here is B. Sandbox. So a sandbox will be used as a temporary operating system environment. It's kind of like a version of a virtual machine. So it's ideal for testing software. Now a AAA server is used for authentication, authorization, and accounting of security. SCADA is a legacy hardware and software environment used to control industrial systems. And application virtualization is used for legacy apps and cross-platform virtualization. Question number 20, which is the last on this video. You have been asked to set up client-side virtualization on a computer at work. The manager asks for a type 2 hypervisor. What is the disadvantage of using that type of hypervisor? A. The guest OS will compete for resources with the operating system. B. The guest operating system will be forced to a lower priority with the CPU than the host operating system. And C. The guest operating system will be forced to use less RAM than the host operating system, and the virtual guest operating system will not be able to get on the physical network. The answer here is A. The guest OS will compete for resources with the OS. So a Type 2 hypervisor sits on top of an existing operating system, meaning that the OS installed in VMs will compete for resources with the host OS. The amount of resources available to a guest OS can be configured. Virtual operating system can get on the physical network if configured properly. Alright, this is the end of the video, guys. I do appreciate if you made it this far, and of course, like and subscribe and keep studying as always.